everyone, it's Jerica here with the Kingdom Soap Company. Hope you're having a good day. Today I'm going to do another video tutorial on bath bombs. It's with a new updated recipe that seems to be working a lot better for me here. The first couple batches I made, I had used shea butter, and I don't think I even used enough, and they came out really crumbly. The thing about bath bombs is they're really temperamental. A lot of the recipe really just depends on your climate. As I've discussed in previous videos, here in Colorado, it's super dry. So the recipe I ended up using that works for me uses a ton of oil, like 10 tablespoons, where like most of the recipes I found online call for like 3 or 4. So it's a lot more, but those seem to work. So I'm going to recreate today the first bath bomb I attempted, but with the new recipe, which is a Ice Queen inspired bath bomb I made for my daughter. You know, that movie is her absolute favorite. She's obsessed. So I was like, oh, well, you know, I'm going to make my first bath bomb one for her. And I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera around. Oh, no, I'm not. I won't see. Okay, so I'll just hold it up here. You can see it's crumbly, falling apart, way too dry. So I'm going to try it with my new recipe today, see if I can get a better result. All right, so we've relocated to my kitchen. These are our dry ingredients. We have baking soda, citric acid, and buttermilk powder. Our wet ingredients are going to be polysorbate 80, which is an emulsifier. Our fragrance oil, for this one I chose to use sea kelp and agave. It smells really clean and light and fresh. The oil I'm going to be using is grapeseed oil, another light oil, won't weigh down our bath bombs. And then as we go, we spritz witch hazel in to keep it moist. You know how much I love that word, but it's appropriate here. And then the coloring, I'm going to do half white and then half blue. I'm going to color it with Blue Lake. I'm going to just sprinkle that right in the dry mix. I'll probably put a little bit of this sparkly glitter in the white portion. And then I'll add some blue mica to the blue, just for like a little bit of a shimmer. Okay, so we mixed our dry ingredients. In this bowl, I added my Blue Lake powder and that blue mica. This bowl, I have just the plain regular mix with no color, but I did add some of that sparkle, so it kind of looks like shimmering snow. In this bowl, I have all my wet ingredients. I'm gonna divide it in half, half for the white bowl, half for the blue bowl. And then I'll work it together with my hands to make sure all of that color is incorporated, because you can see there's still some little flecks. So you have to make sure that's all mixed in. I did order...
I'm
talking to the video for YouTube. Say hi.
Hi.
My assistant Josie has arrived. So where was I going with that? Yeah, so I did order a hand mixer to mix this together. That will make life a lot easier, but it has not arrived yet. So in the meantime, I'm working with my hands and some gloves to get these bath bombs incorporated. Okay. We are doing a video, you're right. So here is my white mix. I've added my wet ingredients and I've spritzed it with the witch hazel. Here is the blue. And these are our little molds that we're going to use. You fill each half, push them together. There's your bath bomb. So let's get started. I guess I'll start with blue. It really doesn't matter. Just kind of pour it in there, and then I like to give it like a little squish. Lightly though. If you overpack it, then your bath bombs are going to sink. So you don't want that. And I'll put my white in there. Give that a little squeeze. Okay, add a little more blue. Josie Jane, can you put more blue in here for me? Thank you. Okay, that's probably a good amount right there. You want it to go over the top, because when you push them together, that's going to help them hold. So we'll do the same with another half. We'll go white first this time. A little squeeze. Josie, can you put some blue on there for me? Okay, let's go a little more. Wait, hold on. There we go. All right, we're going to do a little squeeze there, and then we'll do a little more white.
Oh, Mommy.
Oh, Mommy.
And some noodles.
Okay, so now we have our two halves that are full. I like to do this over another little bowl, and at the end I just save all the little bits for a bonus bath bomb or fairy dust or whatever. So squish them together. You want to get a real tight seal on it. She says, I hope this works. Yeah, mommy too. Okay, where'd my spoon go? I'll use this one. You give it you kind of knock it around a little bit to want to loosen the mix from the bath bomb. All right, looking good. And there we have it. I'm going to put this on my little parchment over here to dry. And we'll go again. So that worked out really good. So like I said, this mix is really wet, but for the climate here, it needs to be wet because as I'm mixing, it's just drying out. And I had to continually add more witch hazel or water, whatever binder you want to use. We use witch hazel because it's an antiseptic and it's just good for your skin. So, but you can absolutely use water. If we run out of witch hazel, we may have to, but I mean, we prefer the witch hazel. But here we go, we'll make another one. So the bath bombs kind of came about because okay, honey. Because I am on a leave of absence from work. Those of you who don't know me, I work for Delta Airlines here in Denver at the Denver International Airport. One second, in our Sky Club. But with the pandemic and everything going on, obviously all airlines, not just ours, are hurting. So they had asked employees if they would be willing to take any form of leave of absence. I jumped at the opportunity, spent some time with my little Joe here and my husband, because he works for Marriott. He works crazy hours too, so this was kind of a good opportunity for us to spend more time together. So because I have more time on my hands, my mom asked me if I would be interested in taking over the bath bombs, and I said, sure, why not? Let me give it a go. Put that back in there, honey. We don't want to lose the mix. She says, don't worry, it'll be fine. Reassurance from a 3-year-old. All right, so that one came off pretty good, and so did this side. This is looking good. I hope it works too, but it looks like it is. So I'm going to spare you the making of about a dozen of these. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a brief intermission, and when we come back, you'll get to see the finished product. All right, welcome back. I just finished my last bath bomb. That recipe makes about 13 medium-sized bath bombs. Full disclosure, this time around I only got 11 bath bombs. That's because as I was mixing, my mix started drying out, so I'm spritzing my witch hazel and accidentally added too much. So when I was putting it in the mold started the two pieces started coming apart and expanding. And I realized I put too much moisture and activated my mix, which is no good. But if that happens to you, don't despair. Just grab some baking soda, sprinkle a little bit in, work it back in. That'll absorb that moisture and save your mix. So don't panic if that happens. I had a Christmas Story moment, where he drops the nuts and bolts from changing the tire, and it's like, oh, fudge. That was me a little bit ago, but I fixed it. It's all good. We got 13 bath bombs. 11 of the 13. So here they are. They came out pretty good. I'm happy with them. So because it's so dry and arid here, those bath bombs should be dry in just a few hours, and they'll be ready to package and ship. Hopefully I can make a bunch and then get them up to my mom's place. We can label them, package them, and then ship them out with your soap orders. Etsy is the, Kingdom Soap Shop is the name of our shop on Etsy. So it's etsy.com/shop/Kingdom Soap Shop. On Facebook, we're the Kingdom Soap Company. On Instagram, we're the Kingdom Soap Company as well. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please share. We are a new YouTube page and a fairly new company as well. So please share, like, subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in. You guys have a great rest of your day.